pickdogs.com and sportschatplace.com. It's Friday, July the 3rd, 2020. And of course, no sports today. Maybe there's one relevant soccer game and then, some other soccer games. So we're just going to take a look ahead at the weekend. And of course, if you guys have any questions about anything that's going on at Sports Chat Place and at Pick Dogs, by all means, fire away with the questions because, like I said, we just don't have a lot to work with today. I know this weekend there's tons of events, but not today. It's weird because everyone has the day off. So normally this would have been like a really big day for Major League Baseball. They would have had all those day games and everything, and not going to happen. But the nice thing is that we're going to have NBA in August, with NFL preseason, Major League Baseball, and NHL all going on as well. Things that we don't normally get. So we're going to have the best August of sports ever. A lot of people are big Olympic fans, and that's like usually an August type thing, July, August type thing. World Cup is always a June, July thing. But, summer is generally a lame time for sports. So we're in that lame zone anyway. You have to kind of remember that we're in that, baseball, NASCAR, golf. I just had a conversation with all the guys on our, I forget what we call it, but it's Slack group of all the writers, telling everyone it's like, this is normally our slow time anyway at this point. We've kind of grinded it out through. So, we all know what we're doing. But anyways, for today's show, we're just going to bring everybody on at once, kind of just shoot the breeze, talk about the weekend coming up and anything else in sports, kind of do a Friday Aloha roundtable, or Aloha Friday as we call it here in Hawaii. But let me just bring everybody in. Let's see what this looks like. There we go. It actually worked. Anyways, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning.
Morning.
So tomorrow's show, we have a lot going on for the 4th of July. We're not going to have a fireworks display or anything here, though I did look at some fireworks bulbs. But we are going to have hot dog eating. We're going to have we won't be involved in the hot dog. We're going to talk about hot dog eating. We're going to have we're going to have Jeff G. We're going to have one who's chomping at the bit. He's been texting me since yesterday, talking about it. I said, why don't you just come on tomorrow? And then he's just like, well, I really don't have anything to talk about tomorrow. And then like, okay, we'll see you Saturday then. And of course, there's 3 NASCAR races, I believe, this weekend, maybe 4. And that's from the Brickyard at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Brickyard 400 is this weekend. Really, I remember when they first started running NASCARs at the Brickyard. I remember when they first started doing it, and they said it was too narrow for passing and all these other things. And meanwhile, it's one of the highlights of the entire season. And Jeter's chomping at the bit. You can catch a visual on that, whatever you believe Jeter chomping at the bit looks like.
I know what it looks like. Jeter's making pulled pork. He's been up since 6 a.m. this morning. He's got 15 pounds of pulled pork and a smoker smoking. I got a video of 1 minute of the smoker smoking.
I have one of my good friends, Brian LaFrance, who does what we do for CBS Sports. He's a good friend of mine. He's way into the smoking of the meats. He lives in Arizona. He's got like 15 smokers. I believe he's selling them. He needs to pare it down. Like he got it carried away, so he wants to pare it down to like 5 smokers. So if you live in that Arizona area, let me know. Brian is he's looking to unload some of his smokers. He's a real good guy, and I'm sure he's waiting for sports to come back just as much as we are. But Steve, not a lot of news out of Major League Baseball right now. It's weird because it's kind of like these guys, they don't talk, unless they have to. And then, the NHL. Rod, any news out of NHL at all?
They're working on tentative dates for these Phase 3 and Phase 4. I think it'll be pretty quick here. They'll have dates and times and matchups and everything. Numbers in Canada aren't so bad.
Yeah,
they're dealable.
We've been working on the studios for everybody throughout the the recent months, so we're ready to go full tilt when everybody comes back. We're going to have a lot of new guests on these shows and stuff as we move forward in the coming weeks. And we'll have to compare their audio and video equipment to what we're using. And if they're going to be regular guests, well, then, they're going to have to because each one of these guys have been at the other end of the conversation with me when we talk about video and audio quality. Steve Monahan has learned a few things.
Yes, he has. Took a lot of flack too.
It's like someone will be like, boy, I got this new microphone. I just can't get it to work with my PC. Steve's gonna leave the room. It's not gonna be like, I can help you with that. It's like,
Exactly. This is gonna go in here, and then you put this.
The guacamole is pretty good. I think I'm gonna go get myself a little bit more.
You know what? I'll be right back.
I know a guy that can help you with this.
Can talk you through it.
There's some YouTube videos out there. So
no, but the Yankees are in Yankee Stadium as we speak.
Are they?
That's exciting, yeah.
So is Yankee a Civil War term?
You know what? It could be it could be subject to some interpretation. I'll grant you that.
I agree with a lot of these team nicknames, and I've thought it up. I've been on the side of whoever finds this offensive, then these teams should change these names, but. There's nothing more offensive than a Gase game plan. That's up there. This other stuff is offensive, and that's offensive as well.
But like I said yesterday, in my closing, FedEx has already reached out to the Redskins.
What's canceled?
That's 24 hours.
What does this comment mean? Canceled. I have no idea what that means. Something get canceled? I have no idea. It's like. If anyone can figure that out.
My news feed didn't go off.
What's that?
I said my news feed didn't go off.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either, so I don't know what that means. But very, very hard to interpret comments. Yeah, I miss doing my picks too. If I knew anything about TBT, I would be doing picks. Maybe I'll look into it and I will do some picks. I got to do something. Because if I don't start doing videos, then then I'm not going to be doing videos. What I should do is I should hook this camera in, and I should show you guys once again exactly what I got going on in this studio. But let's see. Can't see because I got to go by feet. Oh man, I just messed up our sound. Sorry about that. But so there's this weekend we have the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I know we have that covered at both sites. Chris, anything that you might know about this one?
All I know is that it's been Joey Chestnut's event for.
Exactly.
No, didn't he get beat a couple years ago?
Joey Chestnut against the field. It has been for the last 8-9 years.
No, he got beat a few years ago.
Did he?
Kobayashi.
No, he got beat by someone else.
Yeah, a couple years, 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, he got beat.
But yeah, he got pissed about that, and he's been crushing it since.
Oh, that's
Been
all.
breaking records. 74 hot dogs, 71 hot dogs. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
74 hot.
I do that in a month. I do that in a month.
Hot dog isn't a little hot dog. It's not like one of these little small ones. It's a a couple a day for a month.
Oh, I've been to Coney Island. They make a nice knish out there.
Oh, they make a nice
more
hot
than you
dog.
did.
Let's just say I'm no stranger to the frozen custard line out there either.
That's right.
I've been on the Cyclone, all those rides. I lived in Brooklyn for many years. Steve was
The New York Mets minor league affiliates right across the street too.
I believe Steve and I took a few trips out there to
I believe we have.
from
We have.
from my place in Brooklyn.
Where'd you live? Prospect Park in Brooklyn or something?
Yeah, I lived Park Slope.
Park Slope.
Yes, Park Slope. Brooklyn.
Sold a many a root beer at the fair, the Edmonton Klondike days. My dad's side of the family, they would travel with the Carney show all across Canada every year. And stop here at Klondike days, do the Stampede, then go to Regina, then do Toronto, Vancouver.
I was hoping to plug in this camera
Get
so
your
I
root
could
beer,
show you
get
guys
your
what
root
the
beer.
set looks like for the Pick Dogs videos and the Dog of the Day, which I'm dying to do, right? Just dying to do Dog of the Day.
That sounded like a crow.
So back to the team nicknames. You know, I made the comment a little while ago. FedEx within 24 hours has already reached out to the Redskins, so asking them to change the name. So it's the wheels are in motion. And Dan Snyder is going to fight this tooth and nail. So
Well, he's put a lot of money into marketing over the years, and
you would think so.
he's put a lot of money. But it's like, you know, he has some arguments here. You know, he has a few arguments. I've been on the anti-Redskins for a long time. You know, I have been.
Yes.
But I'm also on the anti-Indians, you know, and I'm also on the anti-Andrew Gase and Matthew Stafford contracts. So it's like, you know, I mean, I stand my ground a lot.
Jared Goff, let's not forget, and Garrett Cole, I guess, would be just made the list.
The thing about Cole is that, you know, we've lost plenty of money on him over the years with those blow-up innings that he has. But, you know, I don't think he's the premier pitcher in baseball. I don't even think he's in the top 5. And it's like he doesn't demand that kind of money. What makes him a top 5 pitcher in baseball right now? Who would you rather have?
Strikeouts.
Strasburg or Cole?
I'll take Cole.
Really?
No, I would go Strasburg.
Verlander or Cole?
Verlander.
Yeah. I mean, you can go across the number 1 starter.
Verlander stinks in the playoffs. I'll
Walker
take Cole.
Buehler, for a young guy, Walker Buehler or Cole?
Cole.
Walker Buehler any day of the week. Guy throws about 630 miles an hour.
He's got a lot more to do for me.
So does Jared Cole, man. Jared Cole, he's done nothing.
All right.
What has he done?
Played for the Pittsburgh Pirates for a long time.
Yeah,
he went 14-0 on the strikeout total last year. 14-0. He was great for money last year. Cole made me a lot of money last year.
At what, minus 600? I mean,
his strikeout totals were always, if you jumped on him early, they're minus anything. You could get him at plus money, plus 110, plus 120 over strikeout totals. Him last year, he went on a run where he hit like 17 in a row.
So before he went to the Sign Steelers, right? 2017, 12-12 with a 4.26 ERA. You can't blame a 4.26 ERA on being on the Pirates. You can't. It's not a hitter's ball. It's certainly not a hitter's ballpark in Pittsburgh, is it? All of a sudden, it's certainly not.
4.26 is
12 and 12.
I'm not
bad
saying
for the Pirates. I've seen worse.
No,
I'm not saying Garrett Cole is the best pitcher in Major League Baseball or should be paid the $320 million. I mean, that's insane money, but he is. So
he's a solid number 3, man. That's what he is. He's a solid number 3.
Well, he's a solid number 1 for the New York Yankees this year.
We'll see. We'll see how long he lasts. You know,
we shall see.
Because I know I lived in New York. I know how tough that crowd can be, and you know when you have innings like this guy does on a regular basis throughout his career. You know, he's coming off of a 20-5 season. You know, 2.50 ERA. They knew what the other team was throwing. You know, they knew what the other team was throwing. So,
valid point.
You know, 326 strikeouts.
He could sell runs a game and he still does good.
Yeah, we'll be fading him early and often. Anyways.
I'll be hitting the strikeouts early and often.
He'll be out of the game.
Unless they jack it.
He'll be out of the games early and often. But, so the throwback, the TBT starts tomorrow.
Yep. 4 games on tap. We had 3 teams get disqualified yesterday because all you need is one positive test for the virus and your team gets pulled and replaced. So we saw.
Charles is yelling at me on Skype because I sent him an invalid file format. That's not valid. I don't know.
I need the valid file.
He's listing like all the people that have that use spread knowledge. So he's like wants all of our logos. And I sent him invalid image format in AI form. That's Adobe. I didn't know that. Anyways, what else we got going on this weekend? We got tons of soccer, right, Chris?
Yeah, a fair bit. Got for tomorrow. I had the schedule up.
Nice preparation here.
I have it right here. 2 games in the afternoon for England. Italy starts at 11:15. There's 3 games there, and Spain has 3 games starting at 11.
I would say on this question here, are we suffering again this season with the Mets? I would say not as bad as the Yankee fans, because the Yankee fans have expectations. I think the Mets finish with a better record than the Yankees this year. I'm really down on the Yankees.
Everybody's healthy.
Yep.
That's the only good thing for the Yankees is all the injuries from Aaron Hicks to Judge to Stanton to James Paxton.
That means we're going to see a lot of whiffing. Giancarlo Stanton is in there. Kind of like, so, you get a real good pitcher. Not like Garrett Cole, like a really good pitcher, And you get him against that guys like that. So I was at a game at Shea, and I've mentioned this one before a bunch of times. Dwight Gooden versus Mike Scott, right? Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry 4 times struck out, 3 times with the bases loaded. It's like, and I could see Giancarlo Stanton being in that same. He's kind of like a Strawberry. Really.
Mike Scott was unhittable for like a 2-year, 3-year window there, man.
I'm sure it will come out that he was cutting the ball or something, right? It was like, but he also threw like 600. He threw like Walker Buehler type stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, the Yankees are healthy, but for how long? Kind of like the Sean Lee thing.
You're right, especially Stanton. Stanton is Sean Lee. Turning into him.
I don't know. I think we've seen the Yankees have some slow starts in recent years too, and I think that could bite them here.
I think they'll be ready to go. Aaron Boone is a very good manager.
Oh my God. This is like, you want to talk about some Homer commentary. This is like Ruffalo.
What are you kidding?
This is like Ruffalo. This is like Ruffalo with the Bruins.
He's not Stump Merrill.
I mean, Ruffalo. It's like, I'll take the Bruins. It's like, they're not even playing. It's like, and my third team in the birdcage is the Bruins. It's like, they're not playing.
But they were your first 2.
So tonight's big event, okay, and I had to talk about this. I was going to save it for the end. And Hamilton is going to be on the Disney Channel, and I would expect that this is going to be the largest pay channel of this type of thing, Netflix and Disney Channel and Apple TV and all those things. Of those things, Netflix and all those things, this will be the single largest viewed show of all time. And I think it's going to be one of those things like the final of Roots and MASH and like that, that's going to stand up for a very long time. Because I saw Hamilton on Broadway, and I have to say, it's worth the $6 to get Disney just for tonight. It's like, it's that good. So, and I mean, we have ESPN Plus and everything. I don't know if you can buy Disney through that link or not, but it's the same company. But if you haven't seen Hamilton, or if you have seen Hamilton, it's a can't miss. It's that good. So, Steve plans to see Hamilton.
No,
Girlfriend, girlfriend, no prodding on the Hamilton.
no.
Wow, Ruffalo, Hamilton.
I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
Rod,
No Hamilton here. No, I haven't heard any Hamilton.
Wow,
The wife isn't talking about Hamilton.
I'm surprised. This is going to be the biggest. I'm telling you, this will be the biggest TV event in history. It's going to be one of those. It's going to change the way paid subscription television is done. It's going to be so big. It will.
Yeah, I agree on
It
that
will.
front.
It will.
This will-
It's going to be huge. Yep. Well-deserved week off for UFC. We've seen these guys actually, after we badmouthed them for the card 3 weeks ago, the last 2 cards have been absolutely gangbusters. You know, some guys that we haven't heard
pretty
of.
good.
Yeah, we got
All
Max
right.
Holloway coming up, right, next week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
Hawaii's
That's-
own Max
Love
Holloway.
watching
He
that
is
fight.
he is a celebrity here.
This might be one of the best UFC cards that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
On paper, anyways. Name brand
On
wise.
paper, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it just be a
Want to just
stinker.
give us a little taste, an early taste?
So you have, like you mentioned, Max Holloway against Alexander Volkanovski for the title. You got
It's a
Kamaru
rematch,
Usman.
right? So this is a rematch. Holloway
Yeah.
lost last time, but it was a close fight, right?
It was a close fight,
Super
yeah.
close fight. Holloway is like, he's in the discussion for the greatest fighter of all time, right? He's like, he has just tons of wins. And I'm not just saying that because he surfs and,
Yeah.
you see him out in the lineup, in Hawaii surfing, and you also, see him knock the crap out of people in the ring. He's just super athlete. He's just one of those guys that probably, no matter what sport, he probably could have played second base for the Phillies better than one. Well, he's just one of those guys, just super, super athlete. Just like, Bruce Lee would destroy any of these guys. It wouldn't even, it would be over before it started. That's what Kareem said when they asked him. Because Kareem, I guess Bruce Lee was Kareem's karate teacher, and when they interviewed him on Howard Stern, he said Bruce Lee would just destroy these guys. He said they would never lay a hand on him. He was so fast. He said they would never be able to touch him. It's like the guy was just unbelievably quick.
He also weighed 130 pounds.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what.
I know.
Kareem knows a thing or two about athletes. These
I-
guys
I
been around
know.
some of the best
Or not. He
ever.
could probably bop us in the nose 5 times before you blink.
No,
Bruce
Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee has the high kicks, man. Like the high
Oh,
jump.
kick you.
Yeah,
I'll kick you in the head
yeah.
5
Hey,
times
Brad-
before you went like, what was that?
Bruce Lee
Brad
is-
Brad Pitt kicked his ass in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Watch
Anyways.
out for Chuck though. Chuck Norris will get in there, man.
Oh yeah, I mean Chuck Norris in his prime. That's he's
So
no joke.
saying, and this is true. The money will be on Holloway in that fight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, the line has been already moving crazy towards Holloway. It's like,
What other fights are on that card, Chris?
I got Kamaru Usman defending the welterweight title against Gilbert Burns.
We just
What?
saw Gilbert Burns a couple weeks ago.
Saw him against Tyron Woodley, and he wanted Kamaru Usman, and he's getting his title fight on Fight Island.
So Burns, so some guys need 5-6 months off. Burns has got what, a month and a half?
But probably, if that, and he's going against a guy that's in the
If that.
same.
But
he's going.
he looked real good though in that fight. But he wasn't fighting obviously. Tyron Woodley's probably at the end of his career.
Yeah, but he's going against Kamaru Usman, who's at the same training facility. They train in the same gym, so that's going to be an interesting fight, I think. And another one, there's another title fight for the vacant bantamweight title. I think it's the one that Henry Cejudo retired. Peter Yan against Jose Aldo. That's going to be another.
So Jose Aldo is one of these guys that they always talk about how great he is, but I never really see him do anything great. Didn't he get? Isn't he the guy he went down in 4 seconds against
13 seconds against
Conor
McGregor.
Conor McGregor. It's like,
Yeah.
that's all I know about him. That's all I remember.
And he's lost 4 of his last 6 fights. Lost to Volkanovski. Lost twice to Max Holloway.
So what about so in the UFC, is it only the main event, only the last fight that goes 5 rounds? Has there ever been a card with more than one 5-round fight?
If it's a title fight, it'll be 5 rounds.
So title fights and main events.
If there's no title on the
All right.
on the line on any card, the main event will be a 5-round fight. They
Okay.
changed that a few years ago.
All right. I like the 5-rounder.
Yeah. And the one fight that I'm really looking forward to seeing on the main card is Jessica Andrade against Rose Namajunas. Just because I remember Andrade defeating Namajunas not too long ago with a vicious knockout slam. It's not often you see a slam knockout in the UFC, but pretty sure she dropped Namajunas on her head, and it was just one of the most vicious slams that I've ever seen.
I always say that about people in this industry when I talk to them, or because there's so many of them that I don't get along with. I would say, did someone drop you on your head? And then I usually follow it up with, if they did, they didn't do it hard enough. It's like, it's ridiculous, man. Some of these people, it's like their thought process. I mean, I had a conversation with Wade from Doc Sports that you guys wouldn't even believe. I think Wade got dropped on his head or something, man. He is the town drunk of sports handicapping. Anyways, man, let's say something positive here about everybody. Let's wrap it up. Chris, what do you got? Oh, that came up broad. That was weird. All right. We'll go to Chris. Go ahead.
All right, just a quick soccer summary today. I'm going to take La Liga Atletico Madrid -1.5 at +105. I think they're the better team over Mallorca, and they play tough defense. I'm just going to go with a 2-leg parlay. I'm going to take Atletico Madrid -1.5. And in the English Championship, I'm going to take Charlton Athletic and Millwall, both teams to score. Should pay you about +320.
All right. Go to Rod. Frozen.
Just it. I'm gonna take Atletico -1.5 +105. And I'm gonna parlay that up with a couple games tomorrow morning. I'm gonna take Juventus -1.5 versus Torino. I had that in there, and I'm gonna take Leicester City money line over Crystal and get you +526.
You kind of faded out there. Can you say that again?
Okay, I will. Here's my Birdcage. One game for today. Atletico versus Mallorca -1.5 +105. Juventus versus Torino -1.5. Take Leicester City on the money line. Parlay those up for a nice +526.
All right. Kind of hit something here on my desk. All right. Steve?
I just want to make note here. Makur Maker, 6'11", 5-star recruit in college basketball. UCLA, and everybody wanted him. And this kid chose to go to Howard, which is quite significant. In fact, ESPN, since they've been tracking all this stuff, I think since 2007, this is absolutely the highest rated player. I think he was 16th rated overall, to go to a small black college, and the guy's 6'11". I mean, he's going to the NBA one way or the other. But I think it's a significant story, and I wanted to make mention of that. And happy 4th of July to everybody tomorrow. Be safe, and mixing alcohol and fireworks is never a good thing. So
I know a lot of friends that went to Howard. Anyways, like has been mentioned on this show a few times. I really miss doing my dog of the day and all of those video pics. And, you know, it takes a little bit to get started in doing something like that. They don't happen by magic. I do, you know, I tell people I do 40, 50 videos a day. They don't believe me. And then all of a sudden people say, he's not kidding. And then you see it on YouTube. You know, the studio has changed, and I tried doing it during the show, but I'm going to show you guys just really quickly what it looks like in here, and that I do plan on doing dog of the day and the video pics. So what I've done is, this is my desk, and you can see this is the monitor where I'm showing, where I see our show and what goes out to you guys, and here's my camera looking at me right here, and then here's my PCs, my regular desk. You can see I got Hamilton up, and so I have the lighting goes this way. The top light, the one that's closed right there, is the one that I use for the videos. And then I have it on another pole here. I can't use tripods because I would have 100 of them in here, and they'd be all over the place. So I just clamp them to these poles that run floor to ceiling, and I have all these lighting. But these lights up here, these top ones where the doors are closed, like that one and that one, those are ready for the videos. And there's Pick Dog's banner right there. And there's the sports chat, and of course I got the TV set locked and loaded right there. That's 75 inches of television, ready to do halftime shows and all the other fun stuff that we are used to doing at Sports Chat Place and at pickdogs.com. So I know we talked about it during the show, and I can't even explain to you how much of a part of my life that is. You know, when I go places, people are always like, "Who's your dog of the day?" You know, it's like people get excited about it, and it gets me excited about it. So I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded as well. I know the other guys have been doing videos of like NFL Week 2 games, like, you know, Wade's got like Scott Spreitzer, you know, trying to imitate us, you know, doing these shitty videos with green screens and stuff. I mean, what a joke, right? I mean, how pathetic are they? But they can't copy what we're doing. They can copy it, but they can never duplicate, right? So can't wait to just, I love battling it head to head with the other people in the industry. I like butting heads with them. I like calling them out. And I plan on doing all those things as we continue on. But, you know, people, you know, over the break and, you know, over the past year and a half, some people in this business have made some decisions that have gone beyond sports handicapping and have become personal decisions. And they can say it's business, but some of those business parts are personal. And so the gloves are off. And I'll tell you what, I know that we can beat them by delivering and continuing to do what we do. And, you know, I think that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to do it bigger and better than they do. So really, really excited to get things going again. And like I said, I believe with the people that we have now, and you can see we're starting to build out that cappers page. I'm adding and adding and adding. Of course, these two guys haven't sent me anything, but this guy did. I'll be adding him today. And then, you know, I have a bunch of other cappers that I've been adding there. And, you know, that'll be just a piece of what we're going to be doing, because we have that. We have a whole different parlay birdcage thing coming up. New odd stuff, sports books. We have all kinds of offers and deals that we have closed over this time. We haven't been sleeping in. We haven't been doing those things. Yeah, I've been playing golf. I've been surfing, right? But I always do that. But the whole thing is that anybody who's my friend on Facebook, and it's half you guys, right? I mean, is out there. You see, I'm on, and you're like, man, it must be 3 o'clock in the morning where he lives. Yeah, because it is. Right? And it's like, you see me, it's 8, you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning where you are, and you still see me on the Facebook because I'm working, right? And I'm always working. I take 2 or 3 hours off every day to go play golf, get outside, do surfing, but it's like, I have to do that, you know, or else, you know, what is life all about? But anyways, doesn't mean we're not working. It just means I like to play golf and surf, man. It's like, doesn't stop us. It's just more hours that gets tacked onto the end. But we have a new system we're going to be using for uploading videos. It's called having my nephews do it, and it's going to allow us to do even more than we've been doing. So really excited about that. Anyways, Chris, Rod, Steve, be safe out there. Come on.
Be safe.
No,
Have a safe July 4th weekend.
if I see in our Slack group someone type in there, check this shit out, man. I'm it's like, everyone out there, be safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I know tomorrow is actually the real 4th of July. These guys made it through Canada Day. Ruffalo, what's the over-under on the hot dogs for you? Do you eat hot dogs while watching the hot dog contest?
Yeah, and I find myself trying to mimic what they're doing and end up almost having to
Maybe
having
we-
to have 9-1 on speed dial, and then
Maybe we should do like an almond eating contest while they're doing the hot dog eating contest live or something. You know,
does that have to be plain almonds? Can they be chocolate covered almonds?
whatever, man.
Okay, well, I'm down. I'll do chocolate covered almonds.
Or popcorn. You know? Whatever. You could eat popcorn. All right, I gotta go talk to my accountant. It's that time. Have a great day,
Got it.
everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for 4th of July. And that was really, truly a show about nothing. Have a great day.